Have you ever noticed your dog constantly licking their paws, their ears, or scratching at their skin? Have you tried different shampoos, diets, or treatments only to see them continue scratching? Is your cat over grooming or losing patches of hair, and your veterinarian mentioned allergies, but you're really not sure what that means? If so, you're not alone. Allergies in pets can be confusing, frustrating, and sometimes surprising. It's not always obvious what's triggering the reaction, and different types of allergies can look very similar from the outside. Today, I'm going to explain the basics of allergies in dogs and touch on cats so that you can start to understand what might be causing your pet's discomfort. I'm Dr. Matt Clark with Class and View Veterinary Clinic, and I'm here to help. This is Beyond the Vet Visit. Before we get started, I want to remind you that this video is intended for educational purposes only. Every pet is different, and the information discussed here should not be considered a diagnosis or a substitute for professional veterinary care. If your pet is experiencing significant itching, recurrent ear infections, skin infections, hair loss, facial swelling, difficulty breathing, or any other concerning symptoms, please contact your veterinarian for advice specific to your pet. The goal of this channel is to help you better understand veterinary medicine so you can have more informed conversations with your veterinarian and feel more confident caring for your pet. So what exactly is an allergy? An allergy occurs when the immune system overreacts to something that would normally be harmless. Think of it like a smoke alarm that becomes a little too sensitive. Instead of only reacting to real danger, it starts to sound the alarm when somebody burns a piece of toast. In pets with allergies, the immune system reacts to things that most animals would tolerate without a problem. One thing that can make allergies confusing is they don't always look the same in animals as they do in people. When most people think of allergies, they think about the sneezing, runny nose, watery eyes that we get. While pets can sometimes experience those signs, dogs and cats more commonly show their allergies through their skin and through their ears. Owners might notice scratching, licking paws, chewing feet, rubbing face, ear infections, hair loss, or skin infections. Cats can be a little different. Instead of obvious scratching, some cats will excessively groom themselves, develop areas of hair loss, or maybe get some sores and scabs on their skin. When veterinarians talk about allergies, we're usually discussing three major categories. The first is environmental allergies, which involve things like pollen, grasses, mold, and dust mites. The second is parasitic allergies, with flea allergy dermatitis probably being the most common example. The third is food allergies, where the immune system reacts to something in the pet's diet. We'll discuss each of these in more detail throughout this video and in future episodes. It's also worth briefly mentioning allergic reactions. When most people hear the word allergy, they often think of sudden reactions like facial swelling, hives, or difficulty breathing. These can occur in pets and can be emergencies, but they're different than the chronic allergies we're going to be focusing on today. Today, we're going to focus on the three types of allergies that cause ongoing itching, skin problems, and discomfort in dogs and cats. So let's start by talking about environmental allergies. When most veterinarians talk about allergies in dogs, this is usually what we're referring to. Environmental allergies, sometimes called atopy or atopic dermatitis, occur when a dog's immune system overreacts to things in the environment. Common triggers include pollen, grasses, weeds, dust mites, mold spores, things like that. These allergens are all around us, which is one reason why environmental allergies can be so frustrating. They're extremely common in dogs and are one of the most frequent reasons owners bring their pet to see a veterinarian for itching and skin problems. Many dogs initially develop symptoms seemingly more random, then it becomes more seasonal. For instance, you might notice your dog becomes itchy every spring or fall. Over time, they start to develop year-round symptoms as they become more sensitive to multiple allergens. One of the challenges is that it's usually not practical to completely avoid the things that cause the problems. After all, we can't really remove pollen, grass, dust, and mold from an environment. Because of that, treatment is often focused on controlling the immune system's response and keeping pets comfortable. Depending on your pet, treatment might include injections, oral medications, topical treatments, supplements, and some other stuff. The good news is, while environmental allergies usually aren't something we can cure, they're often something we can successfully manage. We'll discuss environmental allergies in much greater detail in a future episode, because this topic deserves its own deep dive. Next, let's talk about parasitic allergies. The most common parasitic allergy we see in dogs and cats is flea allergy dermatitis. In these pets, the problem isn't actually the flea itself. The problem is that the immune system reacts to the proteins in the flea's saliva. For some pets, a single flea bite can trigger significant itching and inflammation. That means a pet can have a flea allergy even when owners rarely see fleas or may not find any fleas at all. As we discussed in our previous episode, fleas can be very difficult to find, and the fleas that you see are only a small portion of what's in the environment. While flea allergies are extremely common, they're not the only parasite that can contribute to allergic skin disease. Certain mites, such as scabies, or what most people know of as mange, can also cause significant itching and irritation. Depending on the parasite, the signs can sometimes look very different or similar to other types of allergies. One of the challenges with parasitic allergies is that if the parasite's not eliminated, the allergic reaction continues. The good news is that unlike environmental allergies, parasitic allergies can be significantly improved just by resolving and dealing with the underlying parasite. That's one reason why year-round prevention is so important. We'll talk about flea allergy dermatitis and other parasitic skin conditions in future episodes, but it's important to understand that parasites should always be evaluated because they might be part of your problem. Finally, let's talk about food allergies. Despite what many people think, food allergies are actually a much less common issue than environmental and parasitic allergies. A common misconception is that you can simply switch your dog or cat from one regular food to another and solve the problem. Unfortunately, that rarely works, because most commercial pet foods contain multiple protein sources, and even limited ingredient foods can be contaminated with other proteins. For that reason, prescription diets specifically formulated for food allergies are usually required. Another key point is that food allergies are generally year-round. If your pet's itching comes and goes with the seasons or improves temporarily and then returns, it's not likely that food is the issue. Food allergies can be tricky to diagnose and require very strict diet trials that often last 8 to 12 weeks or more. During these trials, the pet can't have any other treats, chews, flavored medicines, table scraps, nothing. Despite the challenges, identifying a food allergy can be very helpful because it gives a clear target for treatment. We'll dive deeper into how veterinarians test for and manage food allergies in a future episode. But right now, the main takeaway is that they are real, but they are also rare, and they do require very strict testing. Now, let's talk about why figuring out your pet's allergies can be challenging. One of the first things to understand is that many different allergies can cause the same symptoms. Scratching paws, licking feet, ear infections, red skin, hair loss, these signs could all be caused by environmental, flea, or food allergies. Sometimes more than one problem exists at the same time. A dog might have an environmental allergy and a flea allergy, or even a secondary skin infection. This is why allergy diagnosis is rarely solved with a single test or a quick fix. The most important part of the process is working closely with your veterinarian. A thorough history is key. Your veterinarian will want to know when the symptoms started, what has worked and not worked in the past, whether your pet's on prevention, what foods they've been eating. Owners play a critical role in this process. Trying to guess the cause and treat your pet yourself can often make things worse. Medication trials, flea control, food trials, skin testing, allergy testing are all tools your veterinarian could use to figure out which type of allergy is contributing to the symptoms. I do want to make a quick note about allergy testing. Blood allergy testing is not accurate and is generally unhelpful in making diagnosis, especially food allergies. Cutaneous testing is accurate, but not for food allergies. Remember, patience and communication with your veterinarian are the most important tools for understanding your pet's allergies. It may take multiple visits and building a allergy profile to really figure out what is going on with your pet and how we can best manage it. Sometimes the allergies themselves aren't the first thing that you notice. What owners often see first are secondary problems caused by the allergy. Your pet might have ear infections, hot spots or red irritated skin, smelly or greasy fur, scabs, and hair loss. This happens because the allergies create inflammation in the skin and the ears. That inflammation makes it much easier for bacteria and yeast to overgrow, which then causes infections. The infections then add more discomfort and itching, making it seem like the problem's getting worse rather than being under control. Understanding secondary infections is important because treating the infection alone isn't enough, and neither is treating the allergy. To really help your pet, the underlying allergy needs to be identified and managed, in addition to treating any infections that occur. The good news is that we have more options for managing allergies today than ever before. The best treatment depends on the type of allergy, the severity of the symptoms, and the individual pet. Some over-the-counter products can be helpful in certain situations, Things like medicated shampoos, skin support products, omega fatty acids, and other topical therapies may help improve skin health and reduce irritation. These products are often most useful as part of a long term management plan or as supportive care alongside other treatments. However, for most pets with moderate to severe allergies, over the counter products alone are not enough to control the problem. Fortunately, veterinarians have access to several prescription treatment options. These may include medications designed to reduce itching and inflammation by helping calm the overactive immune system's response to the allergy. Some medications are given by mouth, while others are available as long acting injections that can provide relief for weeks at a time. For certain pets, allergy testing and immunotherapy may also be considered with the help of a dermatologist. This approach works by gradually helping the immune system become less reactive over time. Topical therapies can also play an important role. Medicated shampoos, mousses, sprays, wipes, and ear medications can help manage inflammation, support the skin barrier, and treat secondary infections. The important thing to remember is that there is no single treatment that works for every pet. Many allergic pets do best with a combination of therapies tailored to their specific needs. The goal isn't always to cure the allergy. The goal is to control the symptoms, reduce flare ups, prevent secondary infections, and help your pet live a comfortable and healthy life. As we've discussed today, allergies can be frustrating for both pets and their owners. The good news is that understanding the different types of allergies is the first step towards helping your pet feel better. Whether the cause is environmental, parasitic, or food related, working closely with your veterinarian can help identify the problem and develop a treatment plan that's right for your pet. In future episodes, we'll take a much deeper look at each type of allergy, including how they're diagnosed and the treatment options available. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And if there's a veterinary topic that you'd like me to cover in a future episode, leave it in the comments below. I'm Dr. Matt Clark. Thank you for joining me for Beyond the Vet Visit, and I'll see you next time.